Canada is either owned or rented by the government or banned by the government. And I say that because, for example, Rebel News, which doesn't take any dough from Trudeau, we applied to cover the leaders' debates, but those have been nationalized by Trudeau, so they kept our reporters out. We had to run to federal court and get an emergency injunction just to come in the building to ask questions. So I really feel like in Canada, you're either a government journalist paid by Trudeau or you're illegal. And I think that applies really to the People's Party, and David Freiheit can talk about that.
So that's, some guy talking about, it's from the Rubin Report, it's some guy talking about the Canada's elections. So Canada's elections, it's going to happen on Monday. So you have 5 candidates, but I'm just going to be like a Californian. I'm not even going to look at the other candidates. Just look at the conservative and the liberal, the 2 leading candidates, and just fuck the rest, right? Who gives a shit about the rest? So we got 2 main guys. You got Justin Trudeau, right, the Liberal Party, and then the Conservative Party is Erin O'Toole. Erin O'Toole is the one that's leading for the Conservatives. Now, Erin O'Toole, he's got some conservative perspectives, and I'll get to those in a second. But first, he's got, some interesting liberal views, too. So Erin O'Toole, Canadian Conservative Party, says that this is not your father's Conservative Party. What does he mean by that? Well, he's in favor of unions, he's in favor of gay folks, and he's also pro-choice. And he doesn't just do the pro-choice and that's it, but he does the Obama thing where they say period, which, really accentuates the point, right? So, period. He is pro-choice, period, except for the part where he's not really pro-choice. But we'll get to that part in a second. And then he's also pro-LGBTQ, period, and pro-union, period. And he says he's a true blue conservative. He's against cancel culture and the radical left. So he says a lot of the same shit that a lot of the other... What you call it?
Brian Mulroney. He will bring honor and accomplishment to the position of Prime Minister of Canada.
The endorsement of the former progressive conservative Prime Minister comes as the party is trying to move past controversies involving climate change and vaccination. Cheryl Gallant was forced to take down videos denying climate science, and Tuesday, conservative Ted Falk was forced to apologize for spreading misinformation about vaccines, claiming...
Okay, so that was more about the Canada's election. I'm not sure what to take from that, but you got 2 main candidates. You got Justin Trudeau, who is the Liberal, who's in power right now. He's the Prime Minister. He's got high approval ratings, so he seems to be kicking ass. He's the one that called for the snap elections because he thinks that he can get brand new majorities. So you got the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, right? You got Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, the Liberal, who's running against Erin O'Toole. And like I said, Erin O'Toole is in favor of unions, LGBTQ, and pro-choice. But he doesn't have all liberal views. Okay, so we have a plan. He used to say take back Canada. Now we have a plan, take back Canada. So that kind of like go backwards or something. We have a plan. That's not exactly exciting. You know who I'm voting for? The guy who's got a plan. We have a plan. He thinks he's 3 people, but it's okay. He's going to repeal the Trudeau carbon tax. He's going to legalize assault rifles. So those are some conservative things. Apparently he walked those things back, but repealing the Trudeau carbon tax, it's not good for climate change, but who the fuck likes goddamn taxes? And then legalize assault rifles, pro-guns or whatever. I think that's actually, guns are sexy, so I don't... he shouldn't walk away from that. But that's his own. And then abortion. Here's an interesting thing. Trudeau's going to snap back. So apparently, doctors can say no. So there's a bill where Erin O'Toole's pushing the idea. So he's pro-choice, period, right? But he's also for doctors, allowing doctors to say no. And since they got a national health care plan, I guess if, a citizen wants an abortion, then that doctor just has to give him abortion or some shit. That is fucked up. That is crazy. Doctors should be able to say no. The fear would be if you don't have enough doctors to perform abortions. Making every single motherfucker do abortions when you don't need every motherfucker to do them, that makes no sense. People will rebel, and it'll end up not working. So Kentucky only had 1 abortion fucking clinic, and thank God we had 1 abortion clinic that stayed open. But So doctors can say no. You're not going to have, even if you have 50% of the doctors that say no, that means you still have 50% of the doctors that say yes. And but Trudeau, he had a pretty good line. He said, pro-choice isn't for the doctors, silly. He didn't say silly, but it's for the women. Pro-choice is for the women. That's the whole point of pro-choice. For the women to choose, not for the doctors to choose. But guess what, Trudeau? There's female doctors. So there's female and male doctors. And that's their own conscience. I mean, my God, if they think it's fucking murder and you're like, no. If she wants to murder her baby, you have to do it. That's so super fucked. So Erin O'Toole is 100% right on that issue. You know, that's a conservative issue, right? But frankly, yeah, you're going to make me fucking... Well, according to my dictates of my conscience, that's murder. What you're asking me to do? Well, I don't care. Do it anyways. No, I'm not going to do that. So there you go. There's a little goddamn motherfucking
Being
update.
13 times more likely to die from the Delta variant.
Let's go back to this other guy. He was more interesting.
Banned from this government debate too. They're marginalized. They really are narrowing the bandwidth of what you can say and do. And it's not just, peer pressure. It's the law. It's government sanctions. I really feel like we are only partly free as a society. We're not a fully free society anymore.